so we are back with some more MTGO, and this time we're going to be playing some Modern with a fun deck. So let's jump into it and see how we do in this match. We're doing the replay, so it is going to be a little bit more fast-paced because I'm, interested to see what the replay stuff is going to be like, and we can pause it during it, but which I'll pause real quick here to go through. We're going to be seeing already Prowess versus Enchantress. So Enchantress is not a normal meta deck. It is not something that will see very often at all. But with the new bannings and unbannings, we figured let's just play something fun and see how it goes here in this match. So the speed at which Enchantress can go is very, very fast. So we do have some new additions here with the Seam Rip, which because you can target non-land permanents. So, we are getting beat down by the Quarry Steel Cutters, but we do have ways to kind of answer it. You can also see a little bit of the Solemnity. So if you're not familiar with how this works, counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. This goes with our Phyrexian Unlife, and our goal is to be able to get both those into play and basically just kind of stall the game out. Until then, we're trying to gain some life off Herald of Pantheon here and do our best to help ourselves out. But we'll see how things work out in this first. Oh, also, shout out to our opponent who was, saying, I have not seen this deck in a long time. But you can see theirs is like a burn prowess deck, right? They've kind of done the sort of hybridization of both. We decided to cast Solemnity here instead of hold up Orm's Chant because if we top deck Phyrexian on life, we're good. But it looks like the chain of events, it was too much. Not possible for us to be able to survive there. So game one goes to our burn prowess player there. So let's jump in sideboard and show you guys what we do for the sideboard stuff. Here's our sideboard stuff that we've got access to. The big things that we're going to be definitely bringing in is these dampening spheres are very, very powerful because it kind of reduces the cost of things. We also get access to things like Celestial Purge. Erode is pretty nice to kind of help us like clear the path there. So like, Erode, destroy target creature or planeswalker. We're testing that out. Celestial Purge gets rid of a red or black permanent. So those are going to be things that we're going to be looking into. Blood Moon, we don't need. All right, we're not going to bring Blood Moon in. That's not going to stay. Our Sigil of the Empty Throne, it costs too much, so we're going to get rid of that. That makes a lot of sense. The Vexing Bauble, I don't know if we really need that in here anymore. So, it stops, I guess, some of their stuff, but not really, because they're still casting it and they're getting the prowess trigger. So it's like that doesn't really do anything. So we're going to get rid of that. We'll probably shave on like a Destiny Spinner. We'll probably shave on Solitary Confinement, even though it's probably pretty good because you have Shroud. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. That's pretty good, but we need to have our pieces in place to utilize that because we have to, discard a card. And if we don't have a card to discard, we're in trouble. So that one's, maybe the Solitary Confinement stuff. So we'll see how we do with game number 2 and 3 here. All right, game number 2. Let's jump into it. Well, we've got lands, we've got spells. We also have Dampening Sphere to start things out. So that is really nice to kind of go with. Let's see how much damage we're taking. Swift Spear off the rip is pretty good. A Road on the top, which we're fine with. Just slow things down a bit with the Dampening Sphere and try to kind of keep our opponent in check. Dragon Rage. So they're doing a setup turn because they can't burst us down like they might want to. And then our hope is to play... Oh, okay. I was like, our hope is to play Sithis, but no. We want to basically protect Sithis here. So we played our Sterling Grove first instead of the Sithis because we also only have one white source. But there is the big burst damage coming out this turn. Hopefully we get a white source. Okay, Temple Garden. Lose some life. And then we've got a road to follow it up. At least they can't kill off our Sithis. They're killing our dampening sphere, which is annoying. But they don't have a land drop to also kill our enchantment. So we can at least clear this up. Give them a land there, which they joke and says, oh, I was struggling to make a land drop, so I appreciate that. So, but now we can sort of start dumping our hand, gain some life, and try to stabilize a little bit. And the seam rip off the top helps out a lot here. And drawing a dampening sphere? Yeah, okay. So we can kind of... This is that, like, turning point with the deck. Like, if you like a deck that is, like, basically playing from behind the entire time, this is the deck for you. Is it good? No, but it's fun. It's fun to sit here and just like basically pillow fort it up. Oh, big burns again. Steel cutter gonna come in. Yeah, still being able to push for damage. 2 cards left in hand. Solemnity, of course, only costs 2 because we do have the cost reduction there with our Herald, which also helps us gain life. So we're gaining 2 life every time we cast an enchantment. Ooh, Worm's Chant's really nice, actually. Got back up to 11 life. And we can push for a little bit of damage here. Not much, but 3 damage is still 3 damage. Yeah, all right. Chant. Don't have to worry. Another surveillance. Oh, that's really good. Did you see that? All right. So, United Battlefront is one of the big reasons that I'm testing out. I think I'm at 2 or 3. I can't remember my exact number for it. But, like, these situations right now where you have so much mana off of your Sanctum Weavers that you're like, what am I going to do with this? Well, in this case, we are able to reveal our top cards, and we find a Solemnity and a Sterling Grove, which works out great. Basically, the Sterling Grove doubles up, so everything on our board has Shroud, and then double Solemnities there. Very nice. So, yeah, that's, United Battlefront. Very, very fun. Collected Company, but for enchantments. Because you can't find creatures with it, right? Non-creature, non-land permanents. Artifacts, enchantments, things like that. All right. Core Steel Cutters coming out. Big damage push. Having the dampening sphere helped us there prevent ourselves from dying to the lava dart that was in the graveyard because of casting like Steel Cutters and doing all those triggers like the dampening sphere. But now we did it. Phyrexian Unlife. So if you're not familiar with this old card, if you never played any of the like old ad nauseum modern decks in 2015, this is the way that it works out. You don't lose the game for having 0 less life. As long as you have 0 less life, all damage that is dealt to you as though its source had infect. But we cannot get infect counters. Counters can't be placed on artifact, creatures, enchantments, or lands, and players can't get counters. So with these 2 in play and having them all have Shroud, we've locked up the game. We've locked it up to the point that we will not take any more damage for the rest of the game. We can gain life, which is great, but we will not be taking any damage, not getting any poison counters, unless they had a way to destroy all enchantments, which, is possible, I guess, but not likely. They have a single target enchantment. We saw the Wear and Tear, right? They could destroy our Sterling Grove here, but they have to attack with Dragon Ray Chandler. We'll still lose life. You see, we dropped down to 5. We did not find any enchantments, so we're kind of stuck right now. So we're just, again, in this waiting turn. But yeah, you see it's turn 9 at this point in time. But how much burst damage, if we did not have the life gain off of Sithis, off of our Herald, we would have died so much earlier. Oh, Ruined Halo's nice. Ruined Halo, you just like name a target. Oh, we brought in Royal Treatment. Ah, okay. So we did bring in the royal treatment. I couldn't remember which ones we were going for, as well as some of our other side. Dampening spheres for sure, but looks like we decided to go for like the protection side of it. Let's protect our creatures in case they try to kill off like our mana dorks or Sithis. We wanted to, protect them. Oh, we named Dragon Rage Channeler off that, so we can just say, oh, nice. Enchantress's Embrace. Now, you'll see just sort of the snowballiness, too, of this deck once we get multiple Enchantress pieces out, because the amount of cards that we start to draw gets out of hand very quickly. And we do run Endurance in here in case things get too crazy that we have to, like, shuffle our graveyard back in. All right. Our opponent is waiting. They know the game is sort of, I guess, locked up, as you will, but they're doing the smart thing of saying, I am not conceding until I see a way for you to kill me. Because right now you have no way to kill me. But we're going to just draw a bunch of cards here. Basically, we're cycling Sithis at this point. Because it is legendary. We've got to keep one. So keep the one that can attack. Lose some life. Play another Ruined Halo. Get a land that we can sacrifice if we wanted to. Not this turn, at least. And yeah, we say Lightning Bolt. I don't think we've seen any Lightning Bolts, but we've seen like the Bolt Waves, the Lava Darts, Lava Spikes. Light up the stage is nice. Yeah, so it is this fusion of Prowess Burn, which a lot of burn decks have kind of popped back up after the banning of Flage, right? Players are trying out different things, and it makes total sense. Like the way that you can kind of build your deck is this sort of hybridization of it and just go burst. I tried that a little bit when it first, Core Steelcutter was first released and was running it. I think even in my Prowess version, I might have like 1 or 2 Lava Spikes still in there just for that last bit of like gotcha. So, all right. So if you're wondering, how are we supposed to win from this stage, right? What are we looking for to be able to find a way to get there? Is we're looking for a way to turn our lands into creatures. All right, I don't want to say Sanctum Weaver, but that's our mana door. There it is, Destiny Spinner. We've found it. We've got there. So Destiny Spinner here. Creatures and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. Pay 4 mana. Lands you control become XX elemental creature with trample and haste until the end of the turn. So we get so much mana here. Even got a Boseiju, which is nice. All right, but now you see we're drawing so many cards a turn, basically drawing 4 cards a turn, or 3 cards off every enchantment we play. Oh, we kept in the Vexing Bauble. All right, now we can start tapping them, right? I've got so many enchantments. Here's 5 extra mana. We're going to dump 4 of it into one of our lands. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And already we've got one that's a 13/13. So I get to do that basically twice. And here's 2/26 powered with trample coming at you. So that's how you win with this sort of deck, right? It's long, it's grindy, and you go with the Destiny Spinner stuff. But that's game number 2. Let's see what game number 3 has in store for us. All right, game 3. Let's see what is happening here. Ugh, 1 lander. Okay. Dampening Sphere and a Seam Rip are pretty good. Ruined Halo's nice because you can be able to just name the things that are pesky and annoying. Like in this case, Dragon Rage Chandler. Oh, Core Steelcutter. At least we've got the Seam Rip to deal with Story Steelcutter and no 0 drops to kind of turn it on immediately. Phyrexian Unlife on the top as well. Part of our, lockout strategy that we need. So we got rid of that. Prowess. Oh, big damage coming. Do they sack off of here? Oh, they put a Steelcutter in the graveyard. I guess they're trying to get as close to being able to turn Dragon Rage Chandler on, which they did. Oh my gosh, they got so many spells this turn. Okay. already this Swift Spear is up to a 4/5. Dragon Rage is a 3/3. All like this is turn 2. They basically have dumped their entire hand to be able to do this. They got lucky with a Bobble, and they've got a Barbarian Ring there sitting in their exile off of Light Up the Stage. So they hit some goodies. Hit some goodies for sure here. Let's get back into it. Pause. We keep doing these little pauses because we're doing the replay, so it is very fast paced. But yeah, 7 damage dropping to 10. And no white source to do the Rune Halo here. Oh, no land drop. All right, Dampening Sphere. Hopefully it's enough to slow things down, and we could take a few more hits off of here. We get a land. We can play Rune Halo or Phyrexian Unlife. Second Monastery Swift Spear. There's the flashback dart. We do lose out on having Dragon Rage Chandler be active as a 3/3, but that's okay. Dampening Sphere slowing down whatever their follow-up play was, which is nice. But dropping to 4. We need a land. Oh. They're like, I think I misplayed. All right, there's the Phyrexian Unlife. We can maybe stabilize off this. They won't. They would have to have like enough to get us to 4, deal 4 to us, and then follow it up. So there's the Skewer the Critics. That source will put us below here and doesn't start doing any poison counters yet. All right, the next bit would be poison counters after that. But we now have Salinity, so we've got the lock. If they have a Wear and Tear, we just die. Because you sit there and you destroy the Phyrexian Unlife, and then, boom, they're at -2. They automatically die. And yeah, the opponent was like, well, I tried. They did the best that they could, but they were not able to stop before Phyrexian Unlife and Salinity were able to hit the battlefield here. Now we're sort of just building up our count of artifacts and building up towards we get into turning our lands into creatures. Bolt Wave. Yeah, they're just basically they're surveilling here. They get 3 surveils. They're digging for the Wear and Tear. That is their out at this point in time. And they are just filling that graveyard up looking. But no sign of it yet. There's our Sterling Grove. And that's it. Because with this, we can tutor, right? Because of the Sanctum Weavers. Not Sanctum. I keep saying Sanctum Weavers. Because of the creature that turns our lands into creatures, it is an enchantment. Right, so we can tutor it up off our Sterling Grove there. So that's our enchantment stuff. Let's do a quick look at the list one more time to kind of wrap up for you guys that are watching here, which I appreciate you guys hanging out for our MTGO video. Of course, we do post up our MTGO videos on Saturdays. We've also got our other non-modern gameplay up on the weekends as well. So that is things like we've got a Legacy gameplay coming up. So we've got a lot of cool things, more Pokemon Cube content as well on Saturdays. But here's the list. We've got a 1 of Blood Moon. I've seen some lists that run a few more in there. Blood Moon's very powerful in current meta right now. But part of it is, I don't know, like in a world of people doing crazy stuff and powerful stuff, this might not be the way to go. But if you want to have fun and play a little bit grindy stuff, you can. Of course, we got the 4 of Sithis, 4 of Enchantress presence there, 1 of Endurance, and then I've got 3 of each of my Salinity and Phyrexian Unlife. And part of that is to do the lockout like we saw there. The rest of it is a little bit of like, okay, what other enchantments do we need? I am at 2 United Battlefront and 1 of on our Sigil of the Empty Throne. But overall, I'm happy with the way the deck is. It is not the most powerful, but it is a ton of fun if you want to play a non-blue control Pillow 40 deck in Modern, which you definitely can. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. That's going to do it for us here today. Let me know what other decks you'd like us to feature on MTGO, if there's specific strategies that we have not played in a while or anything like that. But that's going to do it for us here today. Thanks for tuning in.